If you've ever burned a candle to cover up your pet's smell and watched it make absolutely no difference, you already know that most candles just layer fragrance on top of the odor rather than actually removing it. The ones that actually work do something completely different. Here are the 3 I'd recommend. For everyday pet funk like dog beds and litter boxes, the Pet-Pourri Positively Fresh Pet Odor Deodorizer Candle handles it really well. It uses something called funk lock technology, which basically transform odor molecules so your nose can't even register them anymore. The candle works especially well with dog smells and litter boxes. Its scent is layered with notes of pineapple and pear up front, jasmine and gardenia in the middle. Then it settles into this warm vanilla and amber base, which you might find a little too strong at first, but don't worry, it mellows out after a few burns. What you'll adore about it is that it's actually made specifically for pets and uses a plant-based wax, cotton wick, no phthalates, and no parabens. The relatively smaller size of only 7.5 ounces with 45 hours of burn time might disappoint you, but the trade-off is that you get a cleaner formula that won't give you headaches, especially if you're kind of sensitive to candles. Also, if you have curious pets, you can actually use a candle warmer instead of lighting it and still get the same scent benefit while avoiding any accidents. Now, Pet-Pourri is great if you want something fruity and specifically formulated for pets. But if you prefer a more woodsy, earthy vibe and want longer burn time, the Siberian Fir Odor Eliminating Candle might be more your speed. This one has a woodsy Christmas tree type scent about it that makes it smell like you are actually outdoors. It has layered notes of green pineapple and cedar on top, fir needle and pine in the middle, then balsam fir and musk at the base. If you care about cleaner ingredients, you will absolutely love this one. It uses a soy blend with a lead-free cotton wick, and it's made without phthalates or parabens. The 12-ounce candle can eliminate up to 95% of odors by bonding to them instead of masking them. This works particularly well with pet smells. However, there's a catch. Pine and fir scents can be potentially irritating to cats and dogs. So just make sure you're burning it with a window open or in a room your pet isn't hanging out in for hours. It has a solid burn time of around 80 hours, and the scent is kind of cozy, although some users have reported inconsistencies with the throw. Siberian fir works well for general pet odor, but if you're dealing with something more stubborn, like deep-set smells that regular candles just can't touch, you might want something with a little more muscle. That's where the Smoke Odor Exterminator Candle Bubbly Mimosa comes in. This one was originally made for smokers, but it actually works pretty well for pet odors. It's made with an enzyme formula that breaks down odor instead of just covering it up. The Bubbly Mimosa scent is very citrusy with hints of lemon, orange, and bergamot with an underlying champagne note. A little disclaimer though, citrus can be rough on cats' livers, so if you have cats, this may not be the best one for you. Also, the wax is a paraffin and soy blend, so if you're worried about what your pet breathes in, make sure you burn it in a ventilated area. The 13-ounce jar is supposed to give you about 70 hours of burn time. And to get the most of it, ensure that you trim the wick to 1/4 inch before lighting and allow the wax to melt across the entire surface during each burn to prevent tunneling. That said, some users report that even with proper wick trimming, it still moves through wax a bit too quickly and burns faster than you'd expect. Still, it does a pretty good job of neutralizing the tough smells regular candles can't handle with the enzyme formula.